Google, Facebook, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, they're all either getting blocked or trampled on by Chinese companies that do the same thing. So guys, look, the market here is clearly worth it. Huge amounts of people, but anything that tech companies, Andy, can do to sort of boost their profile with the Chinese?
Well, you know, some companies have basically given up. I mean, Facebook has tried, and, you know, of course, Mark Zuckerberg went on his Mandarin charm offensive a number of years ago, only to see WhatsApp, which is one of their big platforms, just banned within the past couple weeks.
Yep.
And Google, of course, famously is pulled out of the country as well. And, you know, you're facing a couple problems to begin with when you just start off dealing with China. Of course, the language and culture, piracy, very entrepreneurial culture, so there's a lot of people trying to do things that you're trying to do as well. And then, of course, censorship. And, you know, the Chinese government wants to control everything that happens in this country. So if you're trying to disseminate information freely around the web, this runs directly counter to what the government wants, so very hard to keep pace.
I think you hit it when you said the culture. There's such a stark difference. We saw LinkedIn and Uber get clobbered there. They're not in those markets, largely because of censorship issues. Why are Americans getting the beat down there?
You know, it seems like these companies are kind of operating both hands tied around their back with, you know, not just the censoring issues, but also internet culture is kind of quirky. It's kind of weird there. It's 1.4 billion people that, you know, consume it in a different way, I guess. But not only that, but you have, like, you know, filtering software and companies trying to use different vendors to try to filter their content to make it acceptable for Chinese regulators. So it seems like it's so hard for them to actually do what they do best in this country over there.
Yeah, I mean, is it worth it? You know, you're going to make this big investment. You understand it's difficult, but ultimately you'll get access to the 1.4 billion consumers. But what if you don't? I mean, you know, that's what these companies are really looking at right now. And actually, it's interesting. I think this could play to India's, you know, strength, because I think that India, if they're smart about it, could let these companies in to a much greater degree, and it could be really beneficial for that company.
So real quick, do you think, Andy, that the best thing to do is just partner with a Chinese company then?
That's what I was going to ask.
If you have to operate in China?
Yeah, if you want to make, you know, 5% of what you're used to making and then see that disappear in 3 years after they copy you.
And make a lot of concessions
that's sort of the deal
in the
with the
process.
devil, right, Pross?
Yeah.